Imagine a world where the strongest sorcerer alive was not humanity's savior, but its greatest curse. In this timeline, Satoru Gojo is the king of curses, not a teacher, not a hero, not the honored one, a calamity. His power was so overwhelming that the world lived in his shadow until Kenjaku approached him with a proposition, a chance to transcend his own era. Kenjaku asked him if he wanted to see the future, to sleep for a millennium and wake up in 1,000 years just to see if the new generation could offer him a real challenge. Gojo, bored by the weakness of his own time, agreed. He didn't just die, he allowed himself to be split into 10 cursed objects. And the man born centuries later to oppose that darkness was none other than ryomen Sukuna, but not the monster we know. Here, Sukuna becomes the strongest sorcerer of the modern age, a brutal teacher with zero patience, no filter, and enough aura to make every student fear for their GPA. He trains the next generation because he believes strength is the only way to survive. Imagine Canon Gojo if he had anger issues, better drip, and actually traumatized his students on purpose.
Everything changes when Yuji Itadori finds one of Gojo's fingers. He swallows it to save his friends, and instantly becomes the vessel of the most dangerous being in history. But unlike Canon, the evil inside him isn't a grinning curse with tattoos. It's Gojo, cold, calculating, cruel, a man who sees every human around him as beneath him. The higher-ups want Yuji executed immediately, but Sukuna steps in, because if Yuji can control Gojo's power, he might become the one person capable of stopping him forever. So Yuji lives, and just like Canon, disaster follows. During a mission gone wrong, Yuji is overwhelmed, and inside his innate domain, Gojo makes his move. He tears out Yuji's heart, not because he needs to, because he wants Yuji to understand exactly how powerless he is. Then he offers the deal, life in exchange for 1 minute of control whenever he wants. Yuji, desperate to survive, accepts, and with that, the world is doomed. The story moves forward much like Canon, but darker. Megami still grows under Sukuna's teaching. Nobara still fights alongside them. The students still train, but the entire time, Gojo is waiting, watching, studying Megami, because even sealed inside Yuji, he realizes something terrifying. The 10 Shadows technique could make him unstoppable. Then comes Shibuya. Kenjaku launches his attack, but in this timeline, his target isn't Gojo, it's Sukuna, because Sukuna is humanity's strongest defender, and if he's removed, nothing can stop the true monster from rising. The trap works. Sukuna is sealed, and the second he's gone, everything collapses. Curses flood the streets, sorcerers die, hope dies, and then, using the 1 minute binding vow, Gojo steals Megami's body. Then the prison realm opens, Sukuna returns, and for the first time in history, the strongest hero faces the strongest villain. Sukuna versus Gojo. But this isn't the battle we knew, because this time, Gojo has everything. 6 eyes, infinity, blue, red, purple, Mahoraga, Agito, domain expansion, 10 shadows adaptation, and the mind of a man who was already a genius before gaining all of it, all in one body. That is not a sorcerer. That is the end of the world. Even Sukuna, the protector of humanity, is pushed to his limit. The battle tears apart cities. Shikigami fall from the sky. Domains shatter reality. Mahoraga adapts. Infinity bends. And for a moment, it looks like Sukuna might actually pull off the impossible. But this Gojo is different. He doesn't underestimate. He doesn't hesitate. He doesn't play with his food. He fights to kill. And eventually, the strongest protector falls. Sukuna dies on the battlefield, looking up at the monster who replaced him. And with his final breath, he realizes the truth. Humanity never stood a chance, because the man with limitless power had a limitless ego. Gojo wins, the students die, the age of sorcerers ends, and the world enters an era ruled by one being, a god who was never meant to exist. If you enjoyed this breakdown, drop a like. It genuinely helps the channel more than you think. Subscribe if you want more JJK deep dives, anime theory content,